Alright, what I want to show y'all today is a technique that I use for farming, which is attacking people just for the sole purposes of stealing their resources. So this is attacking just to steal their resources, not to win trophies. In fact, you will lose lots of trophies doing this. But the benefit is that you can make a lot of resources. And as I like to say, trophies don't pay the bills. So, what makes this technique a little different than other farming techniques that I've seen on the internet, on YouTube, is that it's able to be done quickly. Other people might do this too, but just from what I've seen, people farm, they use a bunch of troops and they go and attack somebody and they use them all up, and then they have to come and they have to retrain them all, which can take time or gems, and I don't like to spend either. So, because you don't want to wait while you're, training, someone else attacks you, and then your shield's back up, and then it's not advantageous for you to attack again, because you don't want to keep losing your resources because people keep attacking you. So, you try to keep the shield up when you can. So this way, though, lets you just keep attacking without taking much time, and not having to worry about whether or not someone's going to reactivate your shield. So, to get started, all that you really need are archers. So I'm going to take a bunch of archers and a bunch of giants into attacking. So, but to just help keep things going, I'm just going to put a bunch of more archers going, and also I like to take giants. Giants aren't absolutely necessary for this technique, but they can make things a lot easier. So we'll get some giants going. So as you can see, I already have a bunch of giants and a bunch of archers ready to go. But we'll just get these guys training while we're out attacking so that we never have to run out. Alright, so let's get started. Boom. So just let's go over here what we're trying to do. Basically, first thing the only thing that we are really trying to attack are the resource producing buildings. So I'm talking about the gold mines and the elixir pumps and the dark elixir drills, because that is all that we really want to attack. Why? Because they are usually completely undefended, so you don't need a lot of troops. This guy's not a good one to attack, so we're going to look for another one. So, we can only steal from dark elixir, from resource producing buildings if they have resources in them. So the first thing I always check is I check at the top left hand corner to see, do they have enough resources to steal? Yes or no? Then the other thing to check is, are the resources in the buildings? These elixir pumps are empty. So because the elixir pumps are empty, I will assume that the gold mines are empty and the dark elixir drills are empty. So that means if I were to destroy those, I wouldn't get many resources at all. So it's not worth doing. So this guy has a lot of stuff, but it's all in the middle of his village because it's all in the storages. So I'm not even going to want to try to attack this guy. So I'm going to look again. And I'm going to keep looking, and I'm going to look a lot. I might look at, I don't even know. I haven't counted, but let's say in one, 30-minute raiding session, I might see 100 different villages. So, here's one guy that's interesting, because all of his elixir pumps are full. But I can't steal much resources from this guy, so I'm not even going to try. But this is what we want to find. We want to find elixir pumps that are full. You always check the elixir pumps because it's easier to tell if the elixir pumps have elixir in them than the gold mines or the dark elixir drills. Okay. Here's an interesting guy, because his resource producing buildings do have resources in them. You can see right there that there's elixir in those guys. But we have to keep in mind the defenses. This cannon could attack us if we were to go after that. This archer tower here could attack us if we were to go after that. So while there were resources in those, we weren't able to actually get any of them. Because the goal of this kind of farming is to use as few troops as possible. So we're not trying to overpower the defense here. We're just trying to find some resources that we can just steal completely unopposed. So the search continues. Alright, here we go. We finally found some. So here are some elixir pumps with stuff in them. And you can notice here that this cannon, if it was one square closer, we couldn't get it. So we're going to try to get these guys. We have to be careful of that mortar right there. But I think we can steal some. It doesn't look like this guy will have a ton for us to steal, but it's definitely some. I'm going to start up here, because this one will be a little bit easier. So first, we just got to get rid of this builder hut. Meanwhile, I'll have somebody working on this gold. So, if you notice up at the top, with each arrow that hits the gold mine, I'm stealing somewhere around 350 gold. Alright, unfortunately, that guy got killed. But I think if I put a guy in the right spot, he won't get shot. Like right there. That was barely different, but it was enough to be out of the cannon's range. See, look at him. See the cannon? See the archer? So, let's try to get somewhere else. I think let's try this elixir pump over here. Boom. Awesome. So, let's see if there's anywhere else. I'll look down here. I think this elixir pump is looking pretty good, so I'll drop one there. This cannon is... no, I think it's doable. I think it's one square away. Normally, if it's cannon, wall, then like elixir pump, it's too close. If that was an archer tower instead of a cannon, it'd be too close, because the archer tower has one more square of range. Look at that barbarian king. He's like, what's going on? It's like, I'm stealing your junk. So, that's pretty cool. Also, what you also want to look for are elixir storage, or dark elixir drills. Which, just to show y'all what's going on, this strategy, I'm going to go and steal that dark elixir. So, first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the way for my archers to get at it. So, normally if you want to play conservative, just let your archers get all this stuff, and then just surrender. Lose trophies, but gain a lot of junk. But just to show you all my strategy, because this is where the giants come in handy if you want them to. So, and this is cool because your archers should never get hurt at all, so it doesn't matter what level archers you have. So I'm running out of time, so let me just do this real quick. So what you can do if you want to use giants is you can drop your giants in there. So drop in enough giants for them to just take the hit so that your archers can then completely go in there and steal dark elixir or whatever, can steal stuff while the giants are taking the hit. So I probably put in more archers than I really needed to do. But see, the mortars just killed all the archers. But I just killed one dark elixir drill. Let's see here. I'll just surrender now. And let's see how we did. So, I didn't even really use too much. As you can tell, I used 19 archers and 4 giants. And I got 43,000 gold, 64,000 elixir, and 330 dark elixir. Which is normally pretty difficult to come by, the dark elixir, because, you know, they put their dark elixir storage right there in the middle. So, dark elixir is really hard to steal unless you do it this way. Now, the cool thing about that raid is that I only used 19 archers, which are pretty easy to train, and 4 giants. So, I mean, I spent a lot of time searching, but my dudes are still down there. We still got stuff going on. So I spent a lot of time searching. I mean, not like crazy long, but a few minutes, I think. And so my like troops are there, so I can do it again. So you think, oh, 64,000, that isn't that great. But I'm right back at it. And it's 64,000, but I didn't use a lot either. So there's not so much of a sense of like, you know, I spent a lot of money on troops and now I have to And now I have to stop, So here's another one. First, right off the bat, where I'm thinking possibly I can steal something. So we'll see how this is going. We got that arch over there. So we'll see probably some Teslas, but I'm just going to go for it. Okay. So sometimes you just got to find that magic place where you can put a guy and he can steal stuff. So you get a feel for it. You get a intuition as to where you can go. So yeah, so like I was saying, we didn't steal a whole bunch, but we can go back and do it again, and I can end up finding several places to raid right away where I can steal things. And like as far as like net gain, it was pretty good because I just used a few giants and a bunch of cheap archers. So, I'm guessing that just off the top of my head, that was like maybe a positive gain of 55,000 elixir. So it's not like one of those times where you spend all your troops, so it's the only raid you can do, and you probably spent 100,000 elixir to train them all. And then you're done. And maybe you gained 100,000, which is good, but you can only do that once. Like I could raid 10 times and gain 65,000 and make 650. I mean, you do this right, and you stay committed to it. You could eventually, make. I feel like you can almost make unlimited money. I mean, depending on how much time and attention you want to give it. But I'm going to go after that dark elixir right there because I think it's pretty full. So I'm going to drop some giants in here. Just one giant for each one of those things. Oh, great. They have... Tesla, so I'm going to stop because I have a feeling that dude will totally get wrecked. Meanwhile, though, this guy's down here. So that wasn't the best. So I'm not perfect at it. But this guy's down here, still getting me elixir. Still getting me a ton of elixir. I'm getting like 600 with each arrow he shoots. That's pretty good. So sometimes you want to just use your giants to steal elixir and gold. If they can get 600 an arrow, sometimes I'll even like... Oh look, I didn't even know I could have gotten there. Could have stolen a whole bunch more. Look at that, I stole 100,000. I used 2 giants and 15 archers. Most of those I feel like, or at least the giants and a few archers I used when I was trying to go for the dark elixir. Unsuccessfully, but... And I could have stolen more if I would have like realized that there was space there for that cannon. Not to shoot that guy, so... Anyway, I think you see the strategy. See how it's very repeatable. See, like, look, I still have 59 archers, 19 giants. So just a go again. And that one I found right off the bat. So they're not, these villages that are raidable in this way aren't like crazy rare to where it'll only happen if you search for 30 minutes straight. So give it a try if you want to. It's a lot of resources. Yeah, you lose a ton of trophies. Trophies don't pay the bills though. So, if you want to get resources to improve your stuff, to me, this is the best way to do it. So, anyway, good luck with it. I hope it works well for you, and take care. God bless. Later.